going to make hummus.
One of my favorite subscribers and friends wrote in from Bahrain requesting a hummus recipe. So I made hummus for him when we traveled through Tanzania, and I had to make it with a potato masher in a melamine bowl that I ended up breaking the bottom out of. So Marky, this is for you, but it's a far cry from the stuff we had in Africa, and if you like that, you're gonna love this one. So this is how you make it. Drain your chickpeas and place them into a pot. You're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of baking soda and saute these for about 3 minutes. The soda makes the beans more tender and it helps to break down the husks on the outside of the beans. After 3 minutes, go ahead and add in your water. Bring these to a boil and then reduce the heat to a simmer. You're going to cook them between 25 and 50 minutes. It depends on the freshness of the bean and also on the size.
While your beans are cooking, you have just enough time to prep your veggies. And if you're making flatbreads, now would be the time. Made up some dough, so I have just a basic naan-dough, and if you guys are interested in the recipe and want to see it made, I can certainly do that in future videos, but sometimes I just have to get food made, so I didn't film it. But this is basically flour, yeast, yogurt, and a little bit of buttermilk. So I'm going to go ahead and make up these flatbreads and get them on the grill while my chickpeas are cooking. So divide your dough into little balls. I don't know how. These may be 2 ounces, 2.5 ounce balls. And you can let them sit for a little bit, or you can just put them straight on your griddle. I came up with this recipe when we were traveling through Africa and we could not get fresh bread. And if we could, it was so hot and humid, it would last maybe 2 days if we were lucky. And so being able to make flatbreads that were just super simple, we could put the dough together in a really hot car and leave for the day and hike and come back and make little breads on the campfire was huge. So this is a really rustic, really simple recipe. But you can go ahead and just roll these guys out. You can do this by hand too. You don't even need a rolling pin. They're just a little bit nicer if you can get them thin. Now you're ready to blend.
कई जन्मों का सैकड़ों जन्म का भी होता है जो महान योगी हैं और वगैरह वहाँ सामने होते हैं हमको बहुत सी बातों में ज्ञान होता है कई जन्मों का सैकड़ों जन्म का भी होता है जो महान योगी हैं
You just want to get the peas all broken up pretty evenly. I still see some whole ones in here, so I'm going to do that a little bit longer. Okay, that's what you're after. It's just kind of, it looks almost like Play-Doh. So add in your tahini. This is 270 grams. It's a little more than a cup. And as always, I'll put the recipe right below the text box below this video. Just click on show more and you'll see the whole thing. Got a cup of my reserved cooking liquid that I pulled out of the beans. I'm just going to pour that over a little bit of ice. This cold liquid is what we're going to use to thin down the hummus. Something about the ice makes it just a little bit lighter, so that's why I add it in. Stop and check that you don't want to add too much liquid because there's no going back. You can always add more. It's starting to get really fluffy and lovely. So I'm going to process this for about 5 minutes. I like my hummus really, really smooth. Ways you can garnish your hummus. You can use the Middle Eastern oregano spice of za'atar. Some of the traditional are with chopped parsley, always olive oil, pepper. You can use toasted pine nuts, roasted sesame seeds, olives, some of the whole garbanzo beans. I always use olive oil. It's traditional and you need a little bit of that oil with that creamy hummus. And you can also serve these mezzis with some Greek feta cheese, or I've got casseri right here that's really lovely. So we have our flatbreads. I did a quick marinade, a quick one-day pickle of some onions this afternoon. So a few of these beautiful red pickled onions, and you can create a lovely, lovely mezzi platter. And if you like these videos, hit subscribe and the thumbs up button. It really helps others find their way here. Thanks for being here and enjoy your day.